Hi, boys and girls. This is Ms. Kathy. I'm so happy you've joined me today for another story just for you. Chapter 7, Morse Code Rescue. Chris and Sammy watched the flashing light carefully. Da! Was that a letter? Chris asked. What letter was it? I think it was a W, Sammy said. The light kept flashing. Da! I know that one, Chris said. That's an I. He kept watching the light. Da! Da! What was that? Sammy asked. No letter code is that long. Wait a minute, that was 2 letters, 2 W's. The light kept flashing. Da! It's Willie! Chris and Sammy shouted together. Far down below inside the car, Willie and Grandpa sat waiting silently. Willie hardly dared to breathe. They listened, not wanting to miss a single horn honk. What's happening up there? Willie wondered. Who is it? Why don't they answer me? When the sounds came, Willie was ready. He wrote down a letter for each sound he heard. His grin spread from one ear to the other, but the lump in his throat grew so big he couldn't speak for a moment. Well, Willie, Grandpa said anxiously, who is it? What did they say? I didn't get all of it. It's Chris, he replied in a small voice. It's Chris, he repeated a little louder. Oh, Grandpa, it's Chris! He threw his arms around as much of Grandpa as he could reach and hugged him. Better answer him, Grandpa suggested. Willie wrote down the words he wanted to send, then carefully he flashed each letter, trying to keep the light steady. It was hard not to bounce up and down and wave his arms. I told him to take us home, Willie said when he finished. How long do you think it'll take them to get us out of here? Chris and his dad won't be able to come get us, Grandpa replied. It will probably be the sheriff or the forestry service. Remember, we didn't see any roads down here. We made our own road down the mountain. It would be dangerous for whoever's up there with Chris to come down the way we... Willie interrupted. Listen, Grandpa. Hear that? He began to copy what he heard. LPCOMINGSOON. Willie looked at his tablet with a frown as he tried to figure out the message. It must say, help coming soon. Yes, that's what it means. Great. Well, we'll be out of here soon. I hope so, boy, Grandpa said slowly. I hope so. Is your arm hurting a lot? Willie asked. Mm-hmm. Then after a moment, Grandpa added, now comes the hard part, waiting for the rescue. But Chris said that help is coming soon, Willie almost wailed. Be patient, Grandpa said. For right now, it's enough to know that Jesus sent someone to see our signals. Help will come. After what seemed like hours, Willie heard a low roar in the distance. The sound grew louder and louder. What is it, Grandpa? Willie shouted above the noise. Sounds like a helicopter, Grandpa yelled back. A bright light flashed down from the darkness above, lighting up the trees. It moved in slow circles toward the car. Then suddenly the light flooded through the broken windows of the car. A deep voice called out through a loudspeaker somewhere above the light. Willie Taylor, wave your hand if you are both okay. Wave your hand if you are both okay. Willie stuck his arm out the window and waved frantically. The voice boomed again. Can you make it until morning? Wave your hand for yes. Willie was slower at putting out his hand this time, and he waved very slowly. Good, we will be back for you, the voice boomed. We will be back. With that, the light vanished and the helicopter roared away.
The story you have heard today is a chapter of The Shoebox Kids, Book 8, The Rockslide Rescue, written by Sandy Zaug, edited and created by Jerry D. Thomas, and used with permission from the Pacific Press Publishing Association. If you're interested in any other books published by the Seventh-day Adventist Church, please visit AdventistBookCenter.com or call 1-800-765-6955.
This podcast is a production of the Carolina Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.